Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2023. We got Swiss round 5 for you today. It's eriror versus humbugh. Commentating for us, we have Structural Mike and Telethar, and tracking is Daruk. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm excited. This is going to be a fantastic match.
Yeah, we saw this matchup and we signed up before it was even scheduled. Basically, that's what happened.
Yeah,
and I'm extremely excited to see it live. So, eriror, world record holder, in some categories, previous world record holder in others, a winner of Door League, a winner of many tournaments,
winner of
humbugh.
our hearts.
Winner of our hearts, absolutely. Humbugh, a favorite Swedish person who has not won the main tournament, even though he's been a favorite of mine for 2 years in a row. He should be winning tournaments. Maybe this is the time.
I think either of these guys can definitely win this tournament. All right, we're both Sank starters. We both get bombs. We can't use them. I love it. Oh, we're back.
All right.
So where do you like to go on a Sank start that's at Sank?
I like to pretend it's just open for a minute and just go to Lost Woods.
Go to Lost Woods?
No, so but if you get bombs...
Divergence in the first 12 seconds, so that's cool.
I like this because you get bombs. You can do a drop down here.
Yeah. So that is the nice part about this is you have the bombs. You can go do the drop down. You get this free item. Humbugh's gonna go for a Houlihan opening. The downside with what Ari's doing, and like it's just trade-offs. It's not like this is the wrong choice at all. But the trade-off is that you are sort of walking in the direction of that rock for Death Mountain ascent. And
we're already 1 minute in, and we're making wrong choices.
No. I'm saying we're making choices that have upsides and downsides.
I love it.
Well, the downside of Humbugh is that he's Houlihaning, and Ari has more money than him.
Humbugh is going to reach Sora money before Ari, probably.
Yeah, probably.
We get a heart in Link's house. Nice. I think Ari left the lumberjack area? Or did I use blank on that?
He just did Lost Woods, I think. He didn't go up north. So that sort of has a different trade-off, right? He's orphaned and he's sectioned off a larger part of the map. But if that part of the map has his glove, that's pain.
We did find Ganon on the uncle. So these checks are not in logic. And that's a sword for Humbugh.
Non-logic sword. That sword's locked by 2 swords or a mirror. Oh. That's his tempered sword right there.
I wonder if this will play out in anyone's favor in any way. So Humbugh is going to continue to dodge Kakariko and go Easton.
Yeah.
So nice divergence.
I've seen Humbugh do that quite a bit. He was just waiting for that flute or something to make Kakariko a little less annoying. It's definitely how do I put this? I think it's probably slightly worse on average, but it's like very marginally worse and therefore a very valid approach.
If you want to introduce some good variants that could fall in your favor, it's a very good move to do.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, is good variants. Variants that isn't just like YOLOing some bad check that, if it's here, I'm great, and if it's not, I wasted time.
Yeah, you just introduce routing differences so that you can't always just feel that, oh, I'm behind Eri because he out executes me.
Yeah. So Humbug decides not to mimic clip. I agree when it's this close to home. There's
What if you're really fast on mimic clipping?
If you're really fast, then sure.
Look, a second sword.
But
in desert.
I think that there's reason to not do it, even if you're really fast at it, because like you could wait for a hammer or a small key and then do it. And even if you're really fast at it, it's still just faster to do it later.
It's cool if you found Paradox Cave this early with weapons enough to not leave it behind.
Yeah, Humbug is very comfy on bombs.
Finds the Moon Pearl in Paradox Cave. That seems useful.
Yeah, and the flippers. That's
also
good for
useful.
His Zora money that he's gonna have soon.
We're not checking the... No, this is a connector to Village of Outcasts.
And we're done.
And we
Humbug's
continue
gonna
to...
go Cack from the south. There he's just finishing up Cack from the north. We'll probably high five at some point soon.
Upgrade Fairy, and we're not getting upgrades. That's... I usually just say I'm getting this, even if I'm wasting my Zora money.
Yeah, I mean, I would only do it if I'm in a position where I would buy bombs otherwise. Like, you usually, like, especially with a sword already, you're usually not using bombs that often that you're running out.
That is true. But he did find a sword.
Right. Yeah, they both have a weapon already. So they're both kind of comfy on that regard. Both scouting brace game. Both finding it is complete trash.
So, these are both 4 and 0, is that correct?
Yes, this is a 4-0 matchup.
One of few.
Ares just taking this connector. It's more convenient than the InLogic desert connector. The desert connectors, up a screen and desert. But we show up here and can do nothing. We pretend
we
that
almost could.
We pretend that we're gonna.
Can almost Tomb Raid.
Almost
you can't
Tomb Raider,
hover
yeah.
the Tomb Raider. Alright, so Eri is gonna get his out of logic sword.
So have you been paying attention? What is in Kakariko aside from?
I
Well,
tried.
we can't
We
do.
found the mountain start, Mimic Cave, and Desert West, and then I blanked on everything else.
Okay.
Cackwell is there, inaccessible. And well, we got no items.
Yeah, we definitely got nothing of interest.
We do have a Moonpearl, so I guess this could be one of these cross keys where you just have to go into the dark world immediately and have not a great time.
Yeah, I think that you should still be in the light world here. Like,
Oh yes. You're saying that we're gonna spend all our time in Lightwell to find nothing, and then still be sad.
probably, yeah, but you should do it anyway. The problem with being in the dark world is that, like, when you're in the dark world walking around, you'd really like to have that mirror. You'd really like to have, a hammer or something to be able to navigate some of these annoying places. And
Like love, maybe.
Yeah.
All of the
Well,
items, really.
You want a glove regardless of where you live. With glove, you're just always upset you don't have. So
True. But orphaning glove checks in the Dark World feels 3 times as worse as in the Light World.
Okay, so Bat was in. Little Cackwell drop.
And there's actually a really good chance that we're getting Uncle on Lumberjack now. I think it's only Uncle and I guess one of the 1-drop we haven't seen.
Lumberjack drop, yeah. So
You and Eri found it connected to the Dark World.
Yeah, he took the other Paradox connector, and that spat him out at a terrible spot, but in the Dark World. And once you're here, you can't just leave, so what's to be done? Well, probably you could just leave. Okay, so Ares choosing to take the Super Bunny connector. I think that's a interesting choice. I don't think it's wrong. He just doesn't want to be in this area of the Dark World. Like, get me these 2 items and maybe get me to the mountain.
Yeah, get me to West Death Mountain, please.
Okay, so we've definitely seen both of the 1-item drops. We haven't seen.
So it's Bats, maybe?
No, Bats in Kakariko.
So it's the fairy or uncle.
Yeah.
All right. We're on the mountain.
Both of which we can do. Or one of them is not useful to do, but we will not be leaving anything behind up here. We are indeed on the mountain, just not the mountain we wanted. This and it is useless fairy, okay. A little unfortunate for Ari that he's leaving behind that rock up there. Just the way it goes.
Yeah, the Hype Cave entrance on the object, though.
Yeah,
if got the juice.
Glove, that's... So there's that pod small, so now I think that you're really considering if it's time to do a mimic clip. Like, 1 pod key is where I'm always looking at mimic clipping for a pod like this, because you're jumping down anyway. It's like it's when it's convenient.
Yeah, and just like you said, Humbugh is going pod. He's checking the 1 entrance first.
No, it looks like he might just be taking the Paradox connector here. He's putting off pod, which is also okay. He doesn't have a bottle yet, so he might be hoping for a way that doesn't completely suck to get the right side. And like, as long as you're doing useful things, like delaying a slow thing until it's less slow is generally a winning strategy. Ares' beams are not working out for him. So far, it's been pretty Neither of them have found like the route or the anti-route where they're like, oh, you went here first and you needed to go there for your glove before going to this place to get your, like, nothing has happened so far that I feel like is scary.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes in. Nothing has happened. I feel a statement.
Yeah, a bit.
That's
of
usually
nothing.
the case in Crosskeys. You'll be exploring the world, be learning the quirks, the routes.
Yeah, no, it's just a concern of like, if if there was a glove from Humbug's side when he went towards the eastern area before he showed up and got a glove entrance in the north, like something like that. But
so this might be the case here because Eri found Hera with no Hera big key. Humbug has a Hera big key.
Yeah,
but hasn't found Hera. So we gotta keep an eye out for when Humbug does Hera, I think. Seems like a good place you want to be.
Seems like a terrible place you don't want to have to get back to.
Exactly. So potentially quite punishing for Eri if
Humbug is having some difficulty.
There is some sort of party in Skullwoods.
Gibdo was literally in the back behind the statue, and Humbug's just, what have I done to deserve this?
GT small, beautiful. It occurs to me that with this connector to the Red Shield shop and Flippers and Moonpearl, our options are endless.
Yeah, we actually just have everything horribly in logic.
Yeah, everything in the lower dark world is accessible, which is not really what you want this early.
The whole dark world, like everything. You mean lower as in not mountain?
Not mountain, yeah.
But we have the mountain connector too with the Super Bunny.
Not
everything in the dark world. No, dark world. The whole of dark world aside from Mire is just available to waddle your way through.
Oh, Hookshot Cave. Come on, Eri. Hover without the boots. Let's go. Just manifest them out of thin air.
I like taking this connector here. Eri already has the flippers, so like it's man, that's very nice.
Oh,
it's
nice.
very easy for him to just swim over to Ice Rod Cave area if that ever.
Exactly. I imagine that's why he had no qualms about following that immediately. Because then you can not orphan the rock entrance and just go to the mountain instead in this case.
Vu is filled with connectors.
Oh, and Humbug found a hook shot.
Oh.
I did miss that. Humbug is finding things in the Dark World.
Yeah. Eri left from Sea House, took Super Bunny, didn't want to be there. And from Thieves Town entrance, I think it was, he just pulled a hook shot.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, so Humbug's going to have an even better time when he finds Hera. So these small things, nothing is remotely even like.
So not only can Humbug clear Hera, he can do it faster.
Yeah,
and he can also do Super Bunny faster.
Yeah. It's like I said, none of these things are remotely like, oh man, this is really bad, but like it is these little tiny bits adding up.
Yeah.
Where Humbug is just finding the better options.
That's bumper ledge connector for a Skullwood Smoky. Cool.
Humbug is scouting Turtle Rock medallion, which I don't know. Well, what are the chances that that's going to be relevant?
Well, once you have that entrance left to do, you already have every medallion. It's my experience.
Yeah, by the time you're willing to go to TR, you have Mitts, Hammer, Mir, and you've already done all the good entrances. Like,
yeah, and your opponent has finished already.
Well,
if you're me.
I think these two might have a little bit different experience in that last regard. They haven't lost yet.
That is true. But they also maybe didn't have a required TR entrance. Oh, we got Higher Castle East here, and so this is a very, well, it's a place where you can decide to not do anything out of logic, because sewers is locked, or the back of escape is locked by a key you don't have yet.
Yeah, I think both of these guys are just do it players, though.
Yeah, Sheksko Bur.
Yeah.
It's more of a thing if it's behind Ganon or Aga, I guess. Or well, one of the Agas.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh no! The mirror in pod! Holy shit. Humbugh is finding the routes here, little by little. An in-logic mirror in pod.
Yeah. And so he's choosing not to mimic lip. It is a little interesting. I would have, having pulled the bottle out of Super Bunny, I would have actually probably tried to wait on pod a little bit, find a shop. You're you're relatively wealthy. You probably can just buy a potion.
But if you're getting one thing, Teletar, if you mimic lip, you can't pod hover.
That's true, but you also can't pod hover if you're humbug.
I respect the decision. Mimic lip is a terrible glitch. I hate it.
Well, yeah, but it's potion unlock, right?
Yeah, sure.
No one hates potion unlock.
No, it's a lovely thing. So I don't think there was anything in Zelda Cell. We do find Desert Ledge.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunately nothing, and we have to leave behind an entrance.
Surely that entrance won't be needed before you get flute and mitts.
No.
And your mirror out of pod. So how did Humbugh get here? Was this bumper cave? I wasn't actually paying any attention.
Things happen so fast. We found a mirror. He was swimming to Sora, and then he's in the Dark World.
Okay. The not bumper, yeah.
That's what I saw going on. Crosskeys is in its own beast to try and watch two races at the same time.
Yeah, imagine tracking two races at the same time.
Impossible. I don't know how Daruk is doing it, but he is doing it.
He's probably cheating.
Oh, that's a good point. You're allowed to cheat if you're a tracker. And by cheat, we mean stream snipe.
I just meant cheating. Performance enhancing drugs or something.
Oh, like triple eyeballs.
Yeah.
4 cross keys at the same time seems like a bad idea.
Oh, things are starting to get... Humbugh is starting to get some interesting opportunities. He can swim over, do all sorts of things paired together.
Yeah, it's looking nice.
Yeah.
Do the East Dark World with a mirror. You can even check the castle entrances with that Master Sword you have. Which is now in logic, thanks to mirror. I wonder if he's thinking about that actively.
Yeah, maybe. Also nice is the way he's going here. He can finish this route up by doing dig game into the brother connector, which is at race game right, which takes him up into Vu. So it's like pseudo mitts. He doesn't need to
nice.
end his route over here by by the dig game. He can just keep going up into the dark world.
Where was that pod small, by the way? Because eriror does not have it.
It was in what's it called?
Hype cave?
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
no, the hype cave skip.
So yeah, that is.
And we said it wasn't game breaking, but here we are.
Yeah, you delay something, try to make it more efficient. If A leads to B and you delayed A, that's not good.
All right.
But I mean, we can't forget that this is Airy, and he just manifests frames of savings every room. So like, definitely has the worst of the opening routes, worst end of opening routes. But like, I'm not convinced it's how long this will be a big factor. And there's a pod key that's gonna get him a mirror.
But yeah, we could also see a situation where Air ends up with 2 pod smalls, and then the back of pod has the boost, or a key that leads to a mushroom that leads to a shovel. All sorts of constellations.
What does the shovel lead to?
I wouldn't dare to say.
Okay.
We can only speculate. No.
The humbugh just came back through Super Bunny here. He's just gonna clean up the world. He'll get all of the mountain. He'll get. Oh man, this is gonna be really nice for him. So, because he's gonna be able to hookshot across. He'll get hookshot cave.
Oh yeah, he will find the hookshot cave on the mountain instead of the South Shore.
Yeah.
Area chooses to do the mountain start. We've seen the front, the back leads somewhere else.
Yeah, I think Aries just looking for a nice place to exist right now. He doesn't really know where. Like, he just wants better options.
Yeah, he does have a pod small, and
that's interesting because that is a better option once he gets that mirror, which hopefully is now. It looking like now.
Yes. No. Yes.
Yes. The humbugh on the mountain found laser bridge. It is literal trash.
It's always nice because then I don't have to write down all the small keys that are out of logic from laser bridge.
Yeah, it's nice when your sequence breaks give you nothing. That way you don't need to remember them.
Exactly. There's a big key though, which is to Thieves Town. Will aerate Mimiclip?
Huh. Would be surprised. I feel like
thought about it.
Yeah.
Decided no. Too much to do with the mirror now.
Well, the other thing is, I feel like if you can pod hover and you're not ridiculously good at the mimic clip, it's just like it's it's just like doubling up on it being bad.
Yeah. Well, I very rarely mimic clipped as it was.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a huge time sink for 2 auto logic checks. I would do it if I was having 2 keys and I was half full clearing the entire thing, you know?
Yeah, I think that, especially okay, those are big.
Yeah, we're seeing a hookshot K from Humbugh, which Eri had to dodge.
And a nice big.
Okay.
Those are some nice things. I suspect it won't really matter that Aries late to that, in the sense that he'll probably be getting hookshot before he's going through the desert connector again, or before he's going into Ice Palace. There was no like immediate item that you want.
So we go into the Dark World. And we'll probably end up finding hookshots.
Yeah, hopefully Ari will find hookshot, and either he'll continue on through the Dark World and do that, or he's looking to end his route by taking Super Bunny up and getting the right to. He's going to be pretty upset about this hookshot and this thief.
This thief is literal
my
ass.
God.
Oh no!
Gotta
continue
to
to dodge.
and jeez, let's get us out.
Don't follow it.
Don't follow it. Okay.
Oh, I would be so upsetty.
Him following it wouldn't take him anywhere, but yeah.
No. Okay, so Humbugh has found Desert Small on the mountain. Harry, no. Wasn't that the hookshot?
He did get the hookshot.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's just gonna. So he's fine, right? He's missing the key that was on the floating island. I don't remember what key that was, and he's missing the entrance, which was trash up there. But he's gonna pop out of the old man here mirror and get everything else that he would have gotten anyway. Gold key. So literally, if Ari never goes back for it, he probably just wouldn't care. He already has a Skullwoods key. Alright, so all in all, Ari's going to clean out this East Death Mountain, West Death Mountain mirror checks, and then he's going to be just like we're going to basically be looking like the same inventory.
Pretty much, yeah. Another unfortunate death. Not as unfortunate, but those lazy hips, man.
Yeah, he came in and got thrown off. Like everything got sort of wonky because he tried to kill the beetle, but he had beams, so it's immune to death. Oh, hello, Meyer area.
Okay. Was that the Dark Fairy?
That's Fairy Ascension, not the Arc Fairy. I mean, I don't know why you.
No, the
Dark
entrance.
Fairy means. Oh, that was the old man rescue, Death Mountain Ascent entrance, bottom left one.
Right. So now we have literally every entrance available.
Yeah, except our gloves.
Yeah, we're never gonna get gloves now. Quake for my entrance. Okay. And that's what we call Baby Hookshot Cave. Meanwhile, Eri is going to real Hookshot Cave.
We're still on Aries' side, missing the... Did he not grab the desert small at the top?
No.
Interesting. I think it's his personal trackers. It's like minimized and not updating or something. Because we don't see the ice big or the desert big on it, but that's not on your guys' side. I'm just looking at his stream.
Oh yeah, that's right. His personal tracker seems out of whack. Humbugh is gonna do a few things here that Eri has already done. The escape part. Now, I guess we're pretty even in inventory. Humbugh has the Hera big. Hasn't been to Hera yet, though. So it's not really an advantage yet. That's about it, I think. The Desert Small that he picked up, that is of unknown value.
Yeah. Where was Aries' sword? The one Humbugh doesn't have?
In Kakariko, I think.
I thought so too, and that's why I'm trying to figure out where it was. That seems a little... Desert, okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, Desert.
That seems like a more reasonable thing not to have done. He'll probably be getting that pretty soon. Big key, small key, like... I also think that they might have found all of their desert entrances at this point, or like all the desert connectors. So it's not even like...
I think so.
You're waiting for a chance to go through it. You're just like, yeah, just let me get the 6 items in here, 5 items in here.
Oh, nice way back to the Mountain Ferry. Getting that Tarkos East exit. Saves some time getting back, getting that key.
Yeah, maybe that's... I guess no, he didn't know.
He didn't know he was going to end up in Mire and have this opportunity, but
yeah, but
he
it definitely
knew.
Works out. Yeah, he knew. So he gets that, and he'll be able to find desert in the Dark World here on the mountain, and go in there and clean it up. Or we are... Where did this... Oh, we're going to Bumper. Okay, that makes sense.
He's a bumper jumper. I don't know what that means. Sounded good in my head.
Sounded a little derogatory to me, but...
No, it's a compliment.
Okay.
What's left here on the West Dark World? They've been in Skullwoods already.
Humbugh's been in Skullwoods, Eri hasn't. I don't know if this entrance was checked by anyone. We don't have Graveyard Ledge because we've been out there through there. Harry has not done Hype Cave, so this is gonna feel a little bad when he finds this pod small here.
I think he's just hoping that it's not boots or glove or anything else.
Yeah, but he'll see the pod. Yeah, he realizes that the pod small means he could have had the mirror before this whole Thieves Town. Like before making his way over to Thieves Town.
It could have been a lot worse.
No, for sure, he's fine, but he knows these little things do add up, and he like is putting together the god route in his head and comparing himself to it.
Yeah, you never do that.
You always do that, but you shouldn't. So I think we're
Oh,
do castle here, I guess, or like. So
this is an interesting play to me. Like Pendant Thieves Town, without the small key from Humbugh. Where was Thieves Town? Where are we?
Yeah.
Like, where was the entrance to Thieves Town? I forgot. Waterfall Ferry. Okay. And that's the Hera Big for eriror.
Okay. Yeah, he sees that too. It's just like he just made a lot of like minor B's before A's, which like you can't really avoid in Crosskeys.
Yeah, I wonder if like the Thieves Town play here, what is going through Humbugh's head in deciding to do this without the small key.
And he still has a decent amount left. I don't think we've seen the top of the castle even. But he's also like, there's not that many places left to find that are like currently juicy, right? Like you find GT and what are you doing there? You're doing nothing. You have no equipment. So like maybe he's just thinking that like I need some items at this point.
We haven't found Mini Moldorn or Lion's Hut.
Yeah.
Or our favorite dungeon to dip, Easton. No, but you're right.
But that, I mean, it might be that. It might just be I'm playing Airy and I need.
And there's Easton.
Like checks go burr and I want to grab something.
Yeah. Both runners are now in different pendant dungeons they can't full clear.
Yeah. Humbugh mirroring. Saving frames.
Saving like I think it's like 5 seconds faster. If you don't have the glove. Is an important distinguisher.
Is it more or less time with boots?
Pass.
Understandable. Time is relative. Percentage time is all we care about.
Alright, so I don't think we found anything.
Baby.
There's a cane in Easton though, and that is in logic.
Yeah. So I mean that's these are checks that Airy might never need to come back to, whereas Humbugh has done some stuff that who knows if it's ever in logic and you'll never need to do in that case. So like I kind of am more of a fan of doing the Pendant Eastern play than the Pendant back of Pendant Thieves. But either of them are.
Yeah. I think Humbugh is just a big fan of pure efficiency. Checks go burr, and unless the checks are slow, he's doing them.
Yeah.
That's just his style of play, I think. And he always beats me, almost. So that it works.
So I mean, I think Ares should feel good about that Samaria. That's sort of like the first
Definitely.
piece of like equipment that like felt like it wasn't just on the way, right? Like just sitting in Vu was your hook shot. Sitting in the one key pod was your mirror. Like that Samaria is kind of hard to get to.
Suddenly more. Well, no, wait. It's not more worth finding GT. I take that back.
Humbug just found a very important item.
Which item did Humbug find?
It was a red boomerang.
He's the red boomer now.
Yeah. I
That
think
means he can fairy dupe.
I think I might need to be rooting for Humbug here to stay impartial. But so Humbug's going to go through desert here, get everything. We're gonna see 3 new checks in desert. Oh God, Eri.
Eri, don't die.
We don't die here.
Do you ever, if you close it, that you do a safety mirror so that if you die, you have the portal lamp in desert?
Yes, but not here. We don't die here.
Desert, big chest with a lamp.
Yeah. Lamp doesn't do us much of anything. We've already followed the connectors. They weren't particularly interesting. Lamp does do something in there, but not on 0 keys.
We can kill Lambo if we find him.
Yeah. So there's one of our Meyer small keys and the lamp on Humbug's side.
And there's Meyer?
Yep. And there's Meyer.
But lamp doesn't mean anything for Meyer without any keys.
No. But it does mean something for Meyer in the sense that I'm sure Humbug will be doing left side, and I think Eri would have done left side.
On 0 keys? Maybe, yeah. Maybe
on 1 he would have. Yeah. I don't know on 0. But either way, he doesn't have the option.
We just found Spire Cave, I think.
Yep. Humbug's in Connector Hell.
Connector Hell. Mini Muldon Cave, though. That's a juicy one.
Yeah.
Should I pick this drop down the first time? If we could have the spoiler log first?
Maybe. Just the entrance spoiler log. Yeah, definitely if we had the spoiler log.
Oh, man.
So that's not too bad.
A glove?
The glove is very nice, yes. But when Eri does get around to taking Super Bunny again, pick up the key on Floating Island at the entrance that he has up there, he already has done the middle drop, so he'll do left drop, even if he doesn't get there with the desert connector. And he doesn't... There's not really that much... And there's 12.
What about second glove? Which will be in logic as soon as Eri finds the small key.
Yeah. With no keys, that glove is not in logic. It's in logic with any key to this dungeon.
This is pretty funny. And that was a big key to Meyer for Humbug. Interesting.
So that's a logically beatable Meyer.
Yeah, now the lamp means something.
Yeah, but Humbug likely won't have the Samaria. Well, actually, maybe. He probably will. Now that I think about it. Because he'll probably want to go do Dark Shopping Mall and clean up all the rocks. Oh, and we have Lanmo and Kakariko, it looks like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did our tracker, it seems. Understandable. There's a lot of things. And so I think it's probably, and like that works out. The glove for Eri works out very well because he'll now be able to get the hookshot cave entrance rock up on the mountain before jumping down and getting his mitts. Everything will be happy. Humbugh, pretty similar experience. We'll be able to get his mitts, and Meyer, he might even be able to just single dip Meyer. Harry's gonna find this lamp and he's gonna grimace because he just left behind Meyer left side. And he's gonna find Meyer Big Key shortly at, like, he's gonna go out Desert Center and then he's gonna find
Aries keeps going to B before A over and over again in the seed. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
That's the pod big on Lanmo.
Yeah, that definitely gets you, and it like makes it hard to focus when you just feel like when you're thinking about the fact that you're doing A before or B before A constantly, and just like, this sucks. Like,
yeah, you can't really get out of it either. It's just you're stuck in this loop of backtracking.
Yeah, backtracking and being inefficient. Yeah, Aries gonna get his Meyer Big Key here, and then he's just gonna be like, "What the hell, man? Like, what the actual hell?"
It's okay. When he goes back to Meyer, he'll be stronger and faster and save time.
Humbugh going now. Does he know where this is? I forget if he's seen Old Man back.
Do not know, no.
They can... Yeah, Eri can now do the well.
Eri is very happy about his mitts. I've never seen such joy on a man's face before.
I don't want to see the joy that Meyer Big Key is going to bring.
You know what this stream needs? It needs an AI interpreting the face cam for us live and giving us like a graph of the
Behind
sentiment or the emotions on the runners.
Yeah, so that's like just so insulting because Eri went into Meyer with the Samaria and then he finds a lamp, then he finds the small key, then he finds the big key as like his next 5 checks.
Yeah, incredible. He's making some really smart routing decisions though. Like he's going very quickly to places where he can maximize his utility of like progression items and getting rewarded for it. So I mean, it feels bad, but it might not be as bad as it feels.
No, I mean, if you look at where everyone's at, like, Eri is the one with the Mets. Humbugh has killed Lanmo, which, you know, is nice.
And also killed Blind.
He did kill Blind, which is not nice. And, like, otherwise, like, not too much to say about this. We do have our crystal knowledge. The runners don't have it yet. But Tiara is our last pendant.
So it's not a Trinex hover seed.
It is not Trinex Hover Seed, no. Especially because we have
We have a
Samaria.
cane. Yeah, true.
Eri went into the Dark World and then went to do Landmo, so it looks like he's setting up to do something. Maybe, probably the well.
Yeah, Smith Chain, well, all
Yeah,
of the
Smith-
entrances down south he hasn't touched yet.
Smith Chain into well seems pretty good.
Where's the? Have you seen the Smith? I don't think he was in CAC.
He is in CAC.
Oh, he was in CAC. Yeah, that's true. I did see him in CAC. Humbug is doing a check here that Eri did by following a connector.
Yeah.
It's extra bad because you went all around the little maze there because you had no boots
Mm-hmm.
or mitts.
And you don't have your mitts yet, yeah.
Is there Ice Rod NMG Landmo? Almost gets the 1 cycle. No! Saves his 2 cycle.
Yeah, Eri almost gets the 1 cycle Ice Rod Landmo, and he's just looks so distraught about not. I thought it was a great fight, and then I looked over at his face, and he's just like, God, that was so bad.
I think he's thinking about routing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. You do get in your own head quite a bit when things just start going wrong and keep going wrong. You're just like, it's hard to just keep playing your game at that point.
So at this point, I feel like Eri has more knowledge than Humbug on what to do here next. We got Mitts and Samaria on Eri's screen. He's got a pretty clear path to lots of items. He's gonna find GT at some point, maybe, which he
Can't
could
do much
potentially
of
do
anything
stuff. Yeah, he could sequence break right side, you know,
Yeah.
if you're up for it. Fine, if you have hammer before then, you can do more.
Yeah, if he finds the hammer, which, like, there's a decent chance that the hammer's just in the well at this point. Yeah, there is a Meyer full clear. It kind of sucks. Master Sword Vidi kind of sucks. No bow kind of sucks.
Should have bought those bomb upgrades early.
I don't think so. So Humbug, we'll see. He probably will dip Eastern here, especially because he's going to see it's a pendant. And then he probably will get his Samaria and be able to just full clear Meyer.
Well, hopefully.
I would, yeah. I'm taking some guesses. Eastern's pretty shit to get back to.
Oh, no!
No, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's just checking this entrance first.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Humbug would never.
Yeah, I mean, he did pendant thieves out of logic, for Christ's sake. Why would he not dip Eastern? Alright, there was nothing in the well,
Nope.
I think. That was very sad.
Yeah. We really...
CT small, okay. I missed that.
We would really love boots or flute.
I don't think Eri has even done the first check in Castle Tower yet.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a nice little win. Okay, find Skull Woods. We can finish this here.
That's also a fair point that Humbugh still hasn't been to Hera or found Hera.
Yeah. They both can combo it with pod entrance.
Yeah.
So that's like it sucks, but as long as you're comboing it with pod, it's only marginally terrible.
So currently there's one glove in Misery Mire and one glove found on Minimoldorm cave. And Humbugh is missing the one in Misery Mire.
Which is not far off. Mire's on top of the castle. Humbugg's gonna be there probably in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Nice fight.
Okay, nice. I know Eri knows what he's doing, but people spinning on the Mothla fight makes me nervous as hell.
Spins on Moth are very hard to actually be like useful with. So we checking the Witch Hut at an hour in. I love the new Crosskeys meta. This it's just like shifted from checking that thing literally within the first minute to checking it an hour in.
For me, at least, that meta came to be because Andy said once that he liked doing it because he didn't want to orphan it.
Well,
that's how I started doing it. It's like, oh, Andy said it once.
Well, it's like the meta from like 2 or so years ago was to do the hula hand opening. Like that was like the Uncle opening sucks. Let's start doing hula hand opening. You get to do this entrance instead. And then you also get the drop down and you get the money and then you can buy bombs and I think it makes it easier to like sort of have a consistent experience in Crosskeys for sure by hula hand opening.
My consistent experience with that is that I orphaned one check in Kakariko well a lot of times. That was the consistent experience I had. So I stopped.
Yeah, understandable. That is a consistent risk with that opening. There's a couple of opportunities to get a bomb, but...
New check, hot check coming in.
Yeah.
Bombs. Okay.
Bombs. Here Humbugh is entering Mire. We have Powder, a comfortable-ish number of hearts, Master Sword. This is an okay fight, but it's definitely a fight that can go wrong.
Do you have a good Master Sword VT strat? I know some people are just incredibly fast.
I mean, it's the same as the tempered strats. It's just have more health.
Mm.
Do your spins a little bit more centered, so you're getting the getting more puffs more often, or eyeballs. That was a book, yeah. Good thing we've already turned in purple chest. And either tablet is sitting by itself.
We're now at 3 pod smalls for Eri.
We're walking out, Eri. Is this faster? Oh, he must have his portal.
Right.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Humbugh could have done the cool hook strat here for Mire torches, but it's not.
No, that's a very cursed strat.
No, it's perfectly safe if you know what you're doing.
Okay. I think Humbugh could also probably do bomb spooky here.
True.
I don't think it requires the boots. I think you just would need to have a different setup and throw the bomb downwards.
Alright, so 3 keys to Mire made no difference. Or, well, no logical difference.
Nope. And we'll see if...
Good dodge by Eri.
There's a chance that Eri doesn't do that. He knows he's definitely bled a little bit of time to B's before A's. So he might take this slow out of logic check and say, no, I gotta find a win somewhere. Eri finds Thieves Town Pendant and therefore has full map info. Yeah, Humbugh got it when he found Eastern Pendant. Nothing in the Mire big chest. I think. Probably nothing.
It was just 50 rupees.
Yeah.
So the full clearable Mire hasn't really yielded any advantage for Humbugh yet.
Aside from not needing to return.
Yeah. Aside from the time loss. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible that we'll see how greedy Eri wants to be with Mire. He could, unless something shows up on Vidi, it's possible that he could delay this all the way till like a GT climb or Pyramid Ferry.
What does he have left to, explore?
Pod? Entrance? No, I mean, the dungeon too, apparently. The dungeon does seem like
Hera.
A great thing to do. But yeah, pod entrance into Hera is sort of where...
Eastern area. The entire pod and eastern area.
Well, he's explored all of Eastern area. But yeah, all of pod area, and then the Hera dungeon are sort of on his cleanup list.
The Ether medallion for TR is becoming more and more relevant.
Yeah, I mean, we still need the hammer. The Humbugh is...
I'm holding my breath.
Oh my. Oh, okay.
Very controlled, apart from the panic slashes at the end.
I mean, this
Very
big
good
eyeball
sequence.
also not free, but
No, he can slip
less
away
sticky.
so easily.
What a stupid looking fight when you think about it. This time.
No!
No!
Humbug, please!
No.
Oh,
Oh, yes,
yes!
a fairy.
By
Okay.
design. Okay. Everything is fine. Oh.
Okay. Okay, hammer is in pod, everybody.
6 key pod.
6 key pod hammer. The implications. The implications. Wait, what did Vitty drop? Not the hammer.
No, it was not the hammer, actually. That was, in fact, I'm looking at the tracker to see anything of value, and I'm seeing nothing. $5.
So that is something for sure. All right. What do you? So Telestar, you find your hammer. You're missing 2 pod smalls for it to be in logic. What do you do? Where do we go?
What do I do? We go to Bombo's tablet. Since that's just orphaned out there anyway.
We have good dark hole access now. We can go to the Flute 5 spot and just check pod entrance and Hera.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that Eri could do is just save and quit here and go to Skullwoods. He got the Skullwoods big key, also completely out of logic, but he has a cack start, mitts. It's a pretty quick couple checks. Humbug is gonna do pod eastern area and find
I think these are new entrances for us, isn't it?
yeah, these 3 are new. And Humbug is going to find, what's it called in the process? He's going to find Hera in the process and clean that up. And that's been in logic forever.
The boots!
Oh, the boots behind the hammer, behind 6 pod smalls. Oh my god.
So the true answer to the seed was to find 2 pod smalls before your mirror.
Yeah, feel bad about the mirror, pull the hammer out of the back, then go get boots in Kakariko.
Alright.
Oh,
Alright.
man. So this is actually a big swing. Humbug probably will get there.
He's gonna pull second boots in here.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. But I mean, Humbug's gonna do Hera, and then what's he have really to do that's of interest? Like, he's probably going to just save quit and go to pod, get his hammer. And the hammer doesn't really do all that much.
No,
Immediate.
not until you find GT.
Yeah.
Or Ice Palace. But you need a fire source for ice, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's actually probably the worst case scenario for Humbug is if GT shows up in this entrance. Because then when you get that hammer, you're just coming back here.
You cursed it. Well, where else was it gonna be? On GT entrance?
Well,
there's like 5 entrances left.
Yeah. That's less than ideal for Humbug, for sure. Because now you're not going to do Mimic Cave with that hammer. You're going to come back here. Okay, so Eri can clear out Swamp. He's a bow from being pod. He can beat Hera.
I know there was a small key on Desert Torch.
Are we?
Could...
Bow and Fire Rod Gomu?
Still need Swamp Small.
We just
No.
got small in
Oh,
here.
we just got... Okay, never mind.
We're bow and fire rod.
Bow and Fire Rod.
Or bombos. Bow and fire rod or bombos. We need to find ice, but that's guaranteed doable now. I think we have every entrance except for Mire.
For Mire, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're 2 items from Go Mode, and both of them have copies of each other.
Oh, that's a good observation. Yeah. So do you throw logic to the wind and just go for fastest checks?
No, I don't think so. I think you really respect the logic since it's locking a lot of things, but you definitely also throw slow checks to the wind.
But do you do hammer checks or not with this?
That's a good question.
What else are you gonna do? Not do checks.
It is hard to not do hammer checks. That's true. There's our 5th pod key.
Yeah. So now Humbugh is on 4. Definitely going to pod soon.
We found Ice Palace, so that's beatable with fire.
It's coming together for eriror now.
Humbugh has opened the right side door, which is probably fine. He's not climbing anytime soon.
Was that on purpose? Are we going to see a bomb jump?
I don't know. It looks like we're going to see a bomb jump.
Okay.
It's technically possible to not enter this room with just the hook shot, but it's actually grossly hard.
I've heard you say this, and I believe you, but I also don't believe you.
Okay, I have videos. It's like very like I no longer go to the trapdoor for
Don't you need to time it so that the spike will match up and not be in the way?
No. With boots, you've actually quite a bit of leeway. Like, it's not that bad, but without boots, it's like it's actually just grossly hard to make.
Yeah, I just hate this so much. Oh,
he's still fine. Oh yeah, he's still fine. With taking the trapdoor, you have quite a bit of leeway.
Hookshot makes that a lot less chaos.
Yeah. Humbugh.
It's the curse of, sequence breaking right side. It is. So
He just flipped the switch 3 times.
I know. It's a curse.
So we got a CT small out of that. Completely useless. But we are going to continue over to Ice Armros.
Yeah, area is just zooming now.
Yeah. These are hammerlock checks, but we are only 1 key away from hammer being in logic. There's our fire rod, so now we are just a bow from go mode. Humbugh is
legalized basement clip now. No, don't actually do that. It's literally the worst thing.
So this is...
A bomb jump in this room?
Yeah.
At this time of year?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. That was, it was great.
Yeah, that's true. Fire Rod is actually in logic.
So what Humbugh is doing is fine. If you know it's in logic.
I mean, he's missing the third GT small.
Oh no, it's the Eastern
Oh,
big
my.
key. No.
Well, that's the bow. Aerie just hit go mode.
Oh no. Ares is dodging GT altogether. Okay, his AI, the Sentibot, just shot up happy emotions on Aerie. Here. Very, very happy Aerie.
Dude, this seed is so fast if you find the route.
So Aerie now needs to kill Argus, Helmasars, Cold Stare, and Vitty, and then go to Ganon.
Yeah, Cape's nice for doing Silver or Master Sword Ganon.
So what are we? Are we still like 20 minutes away from finishing? Unless he gets a tempered and a flute. The flute doesn't do anything.
And so where are our dungeons? Pod is right there. Ice is pretty close. Okay, this is sick.
Hera is.
Hera's far away. Meyer is far away.
You finish
have
on Meyer, because that's where the Ganon drop is.
Yeah.
And Humbugh is not going to Pod. Humbugh is doing Smith Chain, maybe? Cackwell?
Cackwell in the Smith Chain, the same thing Aerie had done earlier. Yeah, I mean, this was looking very reasonable for Humbugh, and then he found GT, actually. Like, it's rather ridiculous.
And then he didn't go into Pod. Yeah.
There's our 6th pod key.
Logic.
Where was that TR big? Aerie's just doing Meyer here, which makes sense because getting back to Ganon drop is not slow from like Link's house.
Oh, you had to go here anyway.
You're already in the Dark World. Just
right.
You grab this, and then you run over to Hera. Poor Humbugh. He's just gonna be like I don't even know if he'll be in go mode by the time it finishes. He definitely won't have the boots.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Because I mean, he needs to go to Skull Woods to get his. Okay, Harry.
Let's go.
Sword out so the hover's faster. Sets up Spooky.
Yep. Several seconds saved.
Yeah. Doing that hover when you're at the bridge chest and you get the big key, or like you don't have the hook shot. Yeah, sure. Choosing to go that route because it's a few seconds faster is
It's a real airy move. Very confident.
Okay, well, we do not have Spooky any longer. We have powdered the air.
You can't do everything right all the time.
No. We do have Cape for this fight, which is nice. I did not even know you could beat that bunny beam. That's... I knew you could... I've done that... hit the switch with the sword beams before.
I have never seen that before.
I just get bunny beamed and as a punishment for trying to be fancy. But apparently I'm just not fancy enough.
Now I know about that you can hit it with your sword beams, so I will probably get bunny beam too. I'm cursed. Thank you. I'm very confident, Vitreous.
Save and quit. We're going to pod into ice. How many chests do you think we were going to open in Ice Palace?
I'm going to guess 2. Maybe 3. Do you think he pod hovers for 2 checks?
No, I do not. I'm wrong.
See? You don't want to be Master Sword Silverless, and also that's pretty sick to do that. Hey, look, it's Swamp Big.
Nerf this person. I mean, what Humbugh's doing is pretty reasonable, and he'll basically find that hammer pretty soon. He doesn't really have a lot of reasonable options left except for go into pod. He's right now hoping to go to pod with the hammer and a bow, but you'll go into pod, you'll get his hammer. The problem is then he's going to go to GT. Well, I mean, the problem is that Ares in go mode, but even if he wasn't, the problem is that he's going to go to GT next.
I don't know. GT it's a long way to a GT. I don't think it's clear cut that you just rush GT once you find a hammer.
Well,
it's only 10 items. It's a big number.
What was that dash? You nudge along the railing, and then you get a key dash in pod every time. With Burna or Cape.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you could not go to GT. That's definitely an option. But the thing is, his other option is also going to Skull Woods is an attractive option, especially because he's going to get his Skull Woods big key here. But he's going to do that before going and checking Mimic Cave, probably.
Isn't the mountain start in CAC? It's just Mimic Cave is right there. Start the mountain at the old man, and I'm just gonna check Mimic Cave on my way to Lost Wood or Skull Woods.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's what Eri did. And look at him go. Man hasn't seen a 1-5 action this entire tournament. I hear 2023 cross keys are slower and worse.
People like to say that. But people also believe that there's aliens in the clouds, so I don't know what to say.
Listen, Congress has meetings, so like, what can you say? So Humbugh wins the moral victory because he's going to get his hammer in logic. He just also loses the race.
You also get to open the one door that is no one opens ever except YOLO.
I wish Humbugh had a camera for this moment because he has to know that's doom.
All right, so I guess 2 or 3 here. I'm gonna say 3. My guess is he does 3.
So he needs the.
He's gonna skip freezers.
Yeah, he'll skip freezers for sure. He'll skip this chest.
No, I think he'll do it. Nope. Okay, I'm wrong. So 2 then.
He could do big chest.
Oh, he has the big key. Okay. Well, maybe.
I think he'll do all 3 of these.
And they don't involve any hovering, so I don't know.
Humbugh appears to be making his way over towards the pod area.
No. He didn't start at the old man. Alright, he's doing all 3 of these, but not the freezer chest. That's. I am upset.
What a luck sack.
Why do you skip freezer chest, but you do spike chest? Like, what?
He needs the key from spike chest anyway. So, like, you've already lifted the rock at that point. Or not spike, but
not spike. Map chest, yeah. We still checking things, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna pull Tempered Sword off of Cold Stare.
Okay, so the correct answer was 4.
Well, 5, yeah. 5 out of 8.
Well, the cold is not a chest, so. And the question was how many chests does he open?
Great point.
Gold is just an eyeball. Well, what exciting progression can Humbugh find here? Sword? Yeah. A second bow? And bombos?
No. He cannot find a second bow.
He can find bombos.
He could find bombos. That would get him first bow and go mode in a really gross... Well, he needs to go to Skull Woods.
Cursed go mode?
Small. Yeah, very cursed go mode. Oh my god. So we found a shovel and a TR small key in GT.
And a mushroom.
And a mushroom. So,
yep.
I mean, Humbugh is probably doing pretty well for himself. Meanwhile, Eri dashes over and kills Ganon.
I guess you want to keep your health, and that's why you dash here.
Yeah. Master Sword, you probably want to keep health. Yeah, This is a very fast time, and like, oh,
Finds a
great
flute.
flute. That's gonna help him get around quicker.
Poor man.
I'm unsure if we will have chance to activate that. We might have a chance. Yeah, probably. He might activate, pull his boots, and then forfeit.
Well,
I'm
Aries
not sure.
losing, several seconds here on not doing Sumaria strats Ganon. But it's making this look very easy regardless. Look at that. I didn't even see 12 hits. That's how fast that was. Now he does Mimic Cave for sure, right? He doesn't just float away.
Yeah, looks like it. Poor Humbug. Imagine having your boots and then your opponent finishes like at 135, 137 or whatever, 36.
Incredible.
Oh, and we also have Tempered Sword.
Huge.
Nice last phase.
That was sick.
And GG
Alright.
Prairie.
GG eriror takes home the 5-0. Humbug sees this and goes, GG's.
Understandable.
Throws in the towel.
And we are
And
joined by both of our runners.
Did I even get halfway into the seed? What the hell, Larry? GG.
GG's Humbug and eriror.
It was.
What in the world?
It was. I felt awful because I did everything in the wrong order, and then I got the hammer, and then I got boots,
Yeah.
and then I was in go mode.
I just
So-
got boots.
Yeah, so after getting your hammer and your boots,
Mhm.
you go to Skull Woods and
Makes
you get
sense.
your Swamp Small, where
From
you get your
like
fire
the
rod
back.
from the back, yeah, and you get your
You-
fire rod
you-
and your bow
In
that's it.
back of Skull?
in Swamp,
Oh, in Swamp. Okay. Pre-seed then. Sweet.
and then
Yeah.
you get your silvers in Ice, and you never find GT.
You just never
you
find
never
GT.
find GT. That's brilliant. Nice.
I know.
What?
Wait, where was GT?
It's in pod.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let me reiterate that. I walked there twice.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah, the
No,
commentary.
it's fine. It's fine.
Mike, I basically said the worst thing for Humbug right now is if GT shows up at the pod entrance as you're walking Kiki over there.
Ah.
So I'm sorry.
You better
Well,
be.
I'm more blaming Airy, to be honest, than you, but I can
Okay.
let you take like 10% of the blame. That's okay.
Yeah, there's blame to go around.
Humbug did look like you had the better route from the start. Like
Yay!
getting mirror and glove first and full clearing
Mhm.
Meyer first trip. Like it was, Airy was not having a happy time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You, looked
I mean-
you had a pretty a reasonable lead, like not a lead that could go poof in a moment because it's cross keys, but a reasonable lead nonetheless.
Case in point.
Case in
I felt pretty good finding Samaria and then Meyer. That was kind of cool.
So did I.
But then just I don't know. When I got the fourth pod small, I was I was like, do I really do pod now?
So, Ari,
Does that actually make sense? Because I had already double dipped pod. That's the bad part. Like, it would
so
be a
did
triple
I.
dip. Okay,
But yeah.
You felt good after finding Samaria before Meyer. How'd you feel for the next couple items you found after Meyer?
That was absolute bullshit.
What did you find?
Pardon my French. I went to the desert after, so then I found the lamp and the Meyer small and the Meyer big.
Oh.
And my mitts. The mitts were nice. I felt pretty good about those. But I also knew that it was very likely that you got your first pod small out of like the lumberjack house pretty early, which meant that you also found mirror very early. And then I did not have the luxury.
I didn't. That's the thing. Like, I followed Super Bunny up to Death Mountain before I found the mirror. But I went back pretty early. Like, I got the mirror and then I did something, I think, and then I went back through that connector. Because, like, it took me to Death Mountain. I want to go to Death Mountain. And there were connectors on Death Mountain, apparently. Every damn connector was on Death Mountain. What is this? Is this Insanity entrance? Oh. Well, the old version of Insanity, anyway. But yeah, like, I didn't feel super bad getting the hammer late, because I figured maybe Eri did that too. It's not, like, I know that we play kind of similar, but apparently you just pulled the trigger on pod earlier than I did, and it was nice.
I just didn't have that many good options left, I felt. Like, out of all the dungeons that I could find, it was like, well, what can I actually, like, clear a good portion of? And I was like, well, maybe there's just a bow and pod, and then... Or at least something, yeah.
It really wasn't that much earlier. Like, the only reason it was significantly earlier is a GT difference. Like, you just got lost in GT for an eternity. And, like, Eri was in pod around the time you were walking to GT, maybe a little earlier.
Okay, yeah. Like, I hadn't done Eastern area or pod area at that point. But, I still have Blind's Basement out there. I have Meyer Shed, Sick Kid, Ice Rod Cave. Like, I have a ton of entrances. Sahasrala. I have a ton of entrances left that I have no idea where they are, and I just went entrances. Also, GT hadn't been found, so I didn't want to do pod on 4 keys.
Yeah, but, like, I couldn't really do anything in GT. I didn't have hammer, I didn't have fire out, and sequence breaking GT. Like, I knew I was, like, pretty close. Like, even though we weren't able to do a whole lot, we also weren't that far away from go. At least I was at that point. So it's like, okay, well, pod still has 8 items in the back or something. 6, 7, depending on what keys I use.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, it's close to Link's house. Like, if it's really bad, I can always just, like, save scum. But yeah, I don't know. It was a very weird seed.
Yeah, it was a slow seed and then suddenly go mode. Like, it was deceptive because, like, that's the benefit of not having items and having keys instead, is that, like, items lock checks and keys don't. Like, you could just be like, yeah, I mean, why would I do GT? I don't have anything for that. And then you get the items and you're suddenly in go mode.
Yeah. Yeah, because
And in this case, like, the Swamp Small almost counts as an item, right? Since it locks so much.
Yeah, I was doing some overworld checks still on the way to Swamp, and I was like, well, okay, at this point, might as well dive in before I do the other boot checks. And I was suddenly, Firewall in the second chest. That's great. Now I only need bow, and there's 2 of them out there. This is great. And then in Compass chest, there was the bow. I was like, okay, well, cool.
We were commenting that you need 2 items. You were 2 items from go mode, and each of them have a duplicate. So, like,
it could have been bombos, right? Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's like very comfy, sort of like you can kind of start being really aggressive. And then the next 2 checks were just go mode anyway. So
Yeah, cool beans. But yeah, in a way, just because the go mode was so much on the way, I didn't feel that great because I thought it was very reasonable that Humbugh took like a similar path after finding Hammer.
I did. Like the first thing I did was get the boots after
Nice.
getting Hammer. But I have had the boots for 30 seconds, so.
well, no, the
No.
first thing you did was return
No.
to GT and do left side
Yeah.
and found your
That's
flute and
true.
your
I
temper sword.
actually did way more than that. Yeah. Okay. Right.
You walked
forgot.
back to
I
GT,
walked
did all
back
of
to
left
GT.
side.
I did. Yeah.
You might have had a mini stroke in GT from all
I
the
think I had a mini
non-progression.
Yep,
Like,
yeah,
it was pretty sad times.
It was
Yeah.
very sad times.
I think both of you made very reasonable decisions with the knowledge you had. It's just the worst thing for you was finding GT right there.
It's Crosskeys.
135 collection. I just saw this. That's
It's a pretty illegal, yeah.
135 collection rate, and your time was 136.
Yeah, that's a bad sign, isn't it?
Mm.
I did a lot of returning to locations in the overworld, so it didn't feel particularly great. But yeah, that's Crosskeys sometimes. Like I had no idea early game.
So, GG's. Aries gonna advance 5-0. The elite, somewhere between 5 to 6 people will be there. Hopefully 5 next week because I'm playing Relkin and Relkin's 4-0. So hopefully 5. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Yeah. Hopefully 5
see
people
what you
will be
mean. I see
with
what
that rating next week.
Don't worry, Telethar. You will go 4-1, and then you'll be the one who face Airy as the odd man out. It's fine.
Yeah, I
yeah,
pissed
so
off
he's just
Allison.
gonna
So,
he's just gonna get permanently up paired.
yeah, I pissed off Allison last week, so I'm just permanently marked for up pairing until I suffer. But Humbugh, you're joining the one loss crew. It's
I'm joining the one lost crew.
It's a spicy place to be.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it is. Yeah, have fun in the 5-0, Airy.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only gonna get easier from here on out. Then again, like,
yes.
you were probably the one I was most afraid of, so naturally we were gonna get paired up.
Yeah,
But-
the rest of 5-0 is probably going to be free.
Yeah,
pretty straightforward. You
if
know.
I keep getting 136s, yeah.
Yeah. What's the highest time you've gotten in this tournament?
I think like I have gotten above 2 hours.
Okay, I've just seen below 150s every week, but maybe I missed one.
So
then.
you don't think Crosskeys 2023 is slower than
No,
last year?
no,
Very
I don't.
Curious.
Why?
my confirmation bias is that it's faster, but that might just be me.
Maybe that averages out. Some people just have faster seeds, and some just have slower. So it
Okay,
evens out.
so Telefarm, from week 1 to 4, my times were a 158, a 221, a 142, and a 156.
Okay.
That sounds normal.
Yes.
That's not normal. Why do where is my numbers coming from? Anyway, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the commentary. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, big thanks for the race. That was a pretty wild round 5 match. Like this should be round 7, not round 5. So yeah, congratulations on the 5-0, and good luck from Boom for sticking up with the tournament. So still qualifying. Also, big thanks to both of our commentators today, Structural Mike and Teletar. And also big thanks to our lone tracker, Daruk, for having tracked both of you today. So, The Crosskeys week has just started, so we don't have anything else on schedule right now. We will add more things later. But tomorrow we have an ALttPR AD Sanity seed with one runner right here in the booth. It's Jess versus Teletar, game 2. And Jess is leading 1-0 right now. So good luck. Good luck, Teletar.
Thanks. Yeah.
And we will have another AD Sanity race on the same day between Zelda and Jet. So yeah, good luck to all of the racers there. Besides ALttPR, we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 6 Tournament Qualifier number 3 tomorrow, and also the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 4 Qualifier number 4 tomorrow too. So yeah, a very packed day tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for us right now. We will raid Mr. Ed that is doing his Crosskeys race of this week, but it's nothing and he's the second player, so you can talk with him. So yeah, thanks everyone, and see you later. Bye!